We're here with head women's volleyball coach Korey Schroeder. Korey, 2025 season's here. Just talk about where you feel that the team is at right now.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this year two of our staff and for now having some returning players. There's certainly a lot new. I think two-thirds of the roster is still new, but having some returning players from last year. We just had our exhibition against Montana last weekend. We had played Montana last year as well, and we were talking as a staff of we just feel like we're so much further ahead going into that exhibition match this year than we were a year ago. It felt like, last year we were still trying to implement our systems and figure out who we were and moving people around in positions. And there's still a lot of trying people in different places, but it just feels like we know who we are so much more this year than we did a year ago. And so there's a lot of things that we need to clean up and we're going to get better at throughout the year. But I just feel like we're so much more prepared going into this season than we did a year ago, which is great place to be as a coach.
Talk about maybe more of where you're at this year compared to last. What have been kind of some of the main focus points for this team getting ready for this year, and what can we kind of expect to see on the court compared to last year?
Yeah, I think a big focus for us was creating some depth in the roster. So last year we were at 14, which is a little smaller than would like to be. And so we had some great athletes and all 14 that were contributing for us, but we didn't feel like we had as much competition at each position. And now with 18 on the roster, everybody is competing for their role. And that makes everybody better. And so we've seen a lot in practice of somebody who maybe we don't feel like is in a starting position right now, but they have an incredible practice and they raise the bar. And then, somebody that was in a starting role, they've got to elevate their game. And so now the competition that we're seeing every day in practice at every position is really exciting. And so there's going to be a lot of new faces out on the court from what people saw last year. But the competition day in and day out at practice, which is, where we get better, it's where we have as much time together. And so it's been a lot of fun going into practice every day.
You mentioned some of the names. Maybe who are some names to watch this year?
Yeah, there's a lot of new ones. We got six returners, 12 newcomers, 5 transfers, seven freshmen. I guess you could look at 6 freshmen, 6 transfers. We had a freshman who had graduated early that transferred over after a semester at her previous school. Let's see. We have Italia's back from last year. Lucy's back from last year. We got a couple of new DSs in the back row. So Tinan's Munar from Spain. She's been competing in the under 21 national team for them. She's doing a really good job. Maddie Joswick is a freshman from Spokane that's been contributing a lot for us. On the outside, we got Taryn back from last year, and she's leveled up her game. And then we've got a whole bunch of new pins there that are competing for spots. So Melina Christodoulou, Mary Healy, Christodoulou, Eliana Tia, a bunch of ones that we're gonna see out there at some point, and that group right there is really pushing themselves. We had 3 freshmen that graduated early that I'm really excited about, and we've seen a ton of improvement from them from where they were in the spring to where they are now. I think all of them are really excited that they made that leap early and to prepare for this season. So Maddie Joswick was one of them. Lauren Johnson in the middle is going to be competing for us. She's made a ton of growth already. And then Liv Ward is a setter that came in early and is a absolute competitor. And so she has made a ton of improvement from where she was. She came in as a really good player and has improved tremendously since the spring. So there'll be a lot of names out there, a lot of new names, I know, but there's a lot of competition right now, which is a good thing for us.
Well, we'll start learning those names here in a couple days once we get started with the season. You and the team heading to Salt Lake City to open things on Friday, starting with Lafayette, and then got number 24 ranked Dayton Saturday and number 23 ranked Utah Sunday. Sometimes it's kind of hard to project early games in the season,
Yeah.
but what do you hope to see from the team this weekend?
Yeah, that we go compete, yeah, and that's what we did last weekend when we played against Montana. Is no matter who's across the net, us going and playing our best volleyball, and so you have different level teams there in Lafayette versus Dayton in Utah. But the goal is show up and be our best selves in all three of those matches. And we did want to challenge ourselves early in the year and see where we were at, and so feel like Utah and Dayton are going to be some really challenging matches, which is good for us. We're gonna learn a lot about ourselves, and I think we've got an opportunity to go out and compete with them. And if we come out with one or two wins there, we're gonna be really excited about it against those two teams. So we want to get in against some really high level teams early in the season. And go compete at the highest level. I think that's going to prepare us for West Coast Conference because it's going to be a great battle there atop of the conference again this year. So excited about this first weekend and keep learning from there.
All right, thanks, Coach. Good luck this weekend.
All right, go Cougs.